Okay, so Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is an action-adventure movie inspired by the popular tabletop RPG game. The first time I heard about this movie, it was just from seeing this poster, so I'm sure you can understand why my initial reaction was, okay, damn, this is probably going to be trash. I just automatically don't trust movies that are based off like toys or games because 9 times out of 10, they're not even making an earnest attempt at making a good movie. They're just trying to bring more money to their franchise by essentially using the movie as an advertisement for physical products that the company already sells. To my surprise though, this movie was actually nothing like that, and I had a pretty good time watching it. As someone with zero experience playing Dungeons & Dragons, I actually didn't feel lost or confused at all when watching the movie. There's clearly a lot of times when being familiar with the games would definitely provide additional context or backstory, like with the red wizards or the bear owl hybrid creatures and stuff like that, but they managed to have it still be totally accessible for people who aren't familiar with all that. I wasn't totally clueless, like I understood that each character was like one of the classes that you can choose in the game and all that, but anytime there was something new being introduced like the red curse spell or the magic helmet, they did a good job of quickly filling in the audience without like going on and on with super long explanations. I didn't realize going in that the movie was going to be as comedic as it was. Not that it's a complete comedy, it definitely gets serious at parts, and there's even some slightly intense parts that I could see scaring some younger kids. But yeah, overall I definitely laughed way more than I expected to. In particular in the scenes with the reanimated corpses in the graveyard, and the parts when they're with the paladin I thought were really good as well. James Marsden as the bard was definitely on his game for this one. I really liked him in the leading role. Looking back on it, I feel like I usually see him as a supporting character, but he definitely had no trouble carrying this movie and easily gave the best performance. Michelle Rodriguez, Sophia Lillis, and the rest of the cast do a fine job too. The only thing is I don't know why they made Justice Smith use a British accent in this movie. He's American, and it's very apparent that he's putting on an accent, which can definitely be a distraction at times. It's not a huge deal, I just can't think of one single reason why they would have made this decision. Nothing about his character is changed by being British. Obviously, with this being a fantasy movie, there's a ton of special effects and CGI. Some parts of it do look better than others, but overall I'd say it was handled pretty well. In my opinion, a little bit more so with the creatures and mythical animals than with the spells and magic aspects though. The story is a pretty standard former scoundrel redemption arc / man fights to get his family back type of deal. So nothing special really, but definitely enough to keep you invested until the end. And all the other members of the Bard's party have their own individual motivations and story arcs going on too, so they don't just feel like accessories to the main character, they actually do stand on their own and you want to see what happens to them too. At the end of the day, Dungeons & Dragons was a solidly entertaining movie. It may not be anything revolutionary, but they actually managed to deliver a pretty good fantasy movie when I thought we were just going to end up with 2 hours of corporate bullshit, so I'm definitely happy with how it turned out. There's enough fan service in there that if you're a fan of the game, you'll probably get a lot more out of it and catch some little things that the other audience members might have missed. But if you have zero pre-existing knowledge about Dungeons & Dragons, you can still totally go see this one and have a good time. And yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say with this one. Solidly entertaining movie, definitely a lot better than I expected. If you've seen it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.